Hey family, I'm Stephanie Wade. I am Habasia. I'm checking in with you on this good Saturday morning still. Just trying my best to let all you guys know that I'm doing fine and no symptoms of anything. I've been in the house most of the time, which I feel like is house arrest. But anyways, when I have gone out to get me something to eat, I've worn my mask just before I went inside of the place. That's it, just before I went inside. And then I kept it on because I combined my trips between stores. So I went to another store that was in the vicinity. So I kept the mask on, got there, went into the store, got what I needed, came out, took the mask off because it's a one-time use mask, since I'm supposedly using it to protect myself or other people when I'm wearing it. So that mask will be used as a pattern to make other masks. And then I have a reusable one that I do the same thing with, and then I just wash it when I get home, and I'm going to make more of those because I believe in doing whatever the laws of the land say at the time, because I'm not going to try to get my old self hurt from not doing what the law is at the time. And a little housekeeping before we get deep into conversation. If you haven't subscribed before, please just hit the button down below, subscribe, like, and share. Tell everybody to come here and subscribe, like, and share. It lets me know that I'm not talking just to myself, that somebody is listening to me. And it lets me know that what I'm saying is received well and encourages me to keep going. I'm sitting in my backyard today. I love it back here. It reminds me of being in a motherland. I hear my birds chirping, you know, because they're territorial, so they're around here, so they probably think that I'm their person. So they're my birds and I'm their person. But anyways, I'm enjoying listening to their singing, and I'm feeling the ocean breeze. You can see the banana tree in the back swaying. At least you can see the shadow of the leaves swaying. I like the way those shadows play. But it's nice here today because the nice breeze, and with the trees being here, I pretty much get a breeze all the time because trees do that. They cause something to happen that you have breezes all the time. If it wasn't for the trees, I'm sure I'd be so hot out here that I'd have to go inside after a little while. But I love the shade and I love the breeze from the trees, and wow. I just love every moment I'm here. Because one of my friends the other day said, when I actually shared a photo at my cousin's, Earl, Burton's memorial service, but it didn't say what it was. But I was there with my cousin Gladys, who's now deceased, and my uncle Anthony, who's still with us. And I was saying that you should tell somebody that you love them while they're here. All that falling in a grave and crying and going on when they're not here is not helping them any, not at all. So anyways, tell somebody that's here right now that you love them and that you care for them. And if you think you need to forgive them for something they did to you, well, by all means do that, because the forgiveness is actually for you. So you won't have to have the stress of that anger inside of you, that you just let it go. And people that you can't forgive, just, as my grandmother say, treat them with a long handled spoon, meaning keep them out of your space. Keep them out of your personal space, or you stay out of their personal space. Whatever it is to keep you safe, make you feel good. And I saw a video that somebody shared with me. And it was about a lady. She had gone somewhere and she was taking pictures. And of course, it's about the mask versus anti-mask thing. And I hope you guys know how I feel by now. There's lots of literature out there that's talking about the good or the bad side depends on who's paying them or who's not paying them, or what the research that they're researching says. You know, everybody knows that rebreathing your own carbon dioxide isn't a good thing. So what I've been seeing, people sitting in their backyards doing quilting with a mask on, or gardening with a mask on, riding a bike, a stationary bike in their house with a mask on, all that is nonsense. You may end up knocked out in your house or in your garden from rebreathing that CO2. That ain't a good idea. Just think, that is simple huffing your own oxygen that turns into carbon dioxide. It's not good for you, you know? But when you go someplace, please, for the love of the Most High, put the mask on if you need to before you go in the place. Have a list so you can go through that list when you're going through the store and get the heck out of there. Keep your social distancing while you're in the store. When you walk out of there, use your hand sanitizer. If you're going to go to another store close by, do that. Do not touch that mask in between. Leave it on your face. Go to that store that's no more than a couple of minutes away. Do your shopping. Also with a list, get your stuff and get out. If you can call ahead of time and just pick it up or get it delivered and you can afford the delivery fee, that's fine too. But we just have to use some common sense in this day of social distancing and all of these fines and everything else. It's just getting to be what I consider something else. I see they're trying to make more laws for us to even be in a home even more. And I think that's totally wrong. I do. Because I voluntarily stay at home since I think I'm in a high-risk population. So I'm voluntarily doing that. But for somebody to force other people to do it, I think it's wrong. Because a lot of people worldwide will suffer. Some will starve because they have to go to work every day to feed their families. You know, that's not right. If they're okay and everybody around them are okay, leave the people alone. You know, let them feed their family. Let them live. We don't need to be having more people die from starvation than from what they're afraid of in the first place, from what the government says you're supposed to be afraid of, or the scientists who probably had a part in it in the first place. I've seen so many documentaries talking about the same thing that's happening right now. So how did they know it was going to happen if they didn't already have the demon in the freezer? You know, that's not right. I don't know how they could sleep at night doing all this kind of research and knowing that it's germ warfare, that if it escapes, that it can cause so much havoc in the world. You know, this may be an instance of it. I don't know how it happened, but I'm sure it happened. You know, this has never happened in my 67 years. So what happened? People up there doing TED Talks 10 years ago talking about this exact same thing. People investing money from the major countries, including this one. Yeah, investing in that kind of a research until they found out about, the next step is human testing. And so they didn't want it to happen on their walk, you know, their walk, their time. So they divested from the research. But all this stuff that's happening right now, it seems like people already knew it was going to happen. I thought it's a bad sci-fi movie, but it's plenty of movies on the internet right now that's talking about the same stuff that's happening right now. That's just crazy. And some Frankenstein stuff, you know. I pray. I ask the ancestors. I ask the Creator. I ask everything that's good that this stops, that people can go back to some semblance of normalcy, because this is not normal. Staying at home is not normal. Being on house arrest is not normal. You know, it's not. It doesn't matter if you have a little thing on your leg that lights up all the time. It's still not normal. That you have to be wearing a mask to go inside of a place, a public place, that's not normal. When people was doing it in places like China and Japan, I thought they was crazy. And they was doing it just for the air pollution. I mean, it didn't stop them from catching a virus, though. When the virus came, and they had been wearing masks for years and years. Yes, they had been. But it was for the air pollution, because so much industrialization just ruined their land. And their air quality is so nasty that they can barely breathe, that they selling air in a can. You know, hopefully it won't get like that everywhere. That people have enough sense to start planting trees and letting plants live. That tree in the back, that banana tree, all I did was let it live. It actually came from the people next door, and they don't even live there anymore. You know, they don't live there, but their banana tree on the other side of the fence sent out a shoot on this side, and I told my son, don't cut it. Leave it alone. It wants to live, and now look how big it is. And I personally don't do much to it at all. It doesn't know what fertilizer is. It barely knows what any extra water is. It gets water from the rain. I once in a while I give it water just so it won't feel left out when I'm watering my other plants, you know. But anyways, I told you guys that from time to time I'd update you on how my little plants are doing. And I will do that. I have some that I put in a little planter, and they actually all sprouted. So I'm going to have to go back in my own videos to see what seeds some of them were. Because I recognize the watermelon, but some of them, I ain't going to lie, I don't remember. And I should have marked them, and I didn't. So I have more masking tape and name tape and all, so I'm going to be more diligent when I plant seeds or what kind of seeds they are, you know. Well, anyways, for a moment, I'm going to share with you from one of my books that I like to read, Meditation Across the King's River, African-Inspired Meditations by James Weeks. And this is chapter 14. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, so don't run off. Storms of transformation. When you plant a garden, you are planting more than just vegetables, fruits, or flowers. You're creating a community. Let me read that again. That's by James Alexander Weeks. When you plant a garden, you are planting more than just vegetables, fruits, or flowers. You're creating a community. Yeah, I'm going to think about that, and I hope you do too. And so now I'm going to read this other one. It says, when we break the law of nature, nature breaks us. Baba Afalabi, Ipega, Ifa priest. When we break the laws of nature, nature breaks us. Is this what's happening now, guys? I don't know. What do you think? You can drop me a comment down below. I'll read it, I promise. It says, if the earth is out of balance, we're out of balance. If the earth's in danger, we are in danger. If the earth is exploited, we're being exploited. Everything that happens to the earth also happens to us. The earth is crying, we're crying. It says, ask yourself, how many trees have I planted this year? How many plants have I nurtured? How many seeds have I sown? How many local farmers have I supported? The land has always been the land of the people. Still, people did not consider it their own. They saw it as a spirit, as something they were just borrowing. So, bon fou, some. I think that's enough to think about for today. If you ever want to hear it again, just rewind, listen again and again. It's okay. I've been encouraging everybody to read more. This is one of the books that came in the mail for me. It's called From Here to Equality, Reparations for Black Americans in the 21st Century by William A. Darity Jr. and A. Kristen Moulin. I saw them on television talking about it one day. I'm going to start reading it. And this is of interest to me too, that I got at Half Price Books. It's called Venture Forth, The Essential Guide to Starting a Nonprofit, starting a money-making business in your nonprofit organization. Venture Forth. Hopefully it'll help me once I move to the Gambia and work with my friends that lives there, that's from there. They're local people. They were born there, they live there. Because that's who's going to be really making a change. All I can be is a seed planter. That's all. Just think of me as a seed planter, a Johnny Apple seed from the diaspora and of the world. You know, I want to go to the motherland, plant some seeds, just to motivate people to get to another level. I don't think we should be happy about the status quo. I talked to one of my friends yesterday, and we was talking about stuff like that. You know, just because you find stuff a certain way don't mean that you should be okay with it being that way. I don't go to some countries because there's the thought of people being in power that's a minority in somebody else's country makes me so sad. Now, if I know the history of a place and I know that it hasn't changed, I'm sad. I really don't care about how industrialized it is. It doesn't make me want to be there. I want the people in power to be people that are from that area. The local people should be in power. I want to learn the culture. I want to interact with the people. It shouldn't be that the new Johnny or Jill on the block is making all the decisions and having all the power. That's not cool. I'm not planning on going anywhere just to think of myself as chief, you know. I want to work with someone, not have people just work for me. I want to work with the people, you know. I know I'll have some people that be working for me, and if they do it with a good heart, a good spirit, and I get good vibrations, hey, cool. If not, it'll have to be next. But otherwise, people that I'm working with in this future organization, the future cooperatives, I sure hope that we help develop great ideas so they can just run with it and help their community, their family, and their nations survive and thrive. Not so much into industrialization, because I've never seen a place that had factory farms or factories for sewing and all that crap did them any good. They may stay like 10 and 20 in a room just so they can send money to their family at home. They pay the people nothing. They pay them slave wages. I'm not part of encouraging slave wages. I think that people should be working and making enough money so they can send their kids to school, they can feed their family. I'm all for people using their land to put some seeds there, doing local seed exchanges, because that wouldn't cost you nothing if you did just local seed exchanges. And the next time they call any kind of lockdown in the future, you'll be like, hey, I got my food. I can just go outside and pick my okra and pick my watermelon and get my whatever. Because me, if I had figs, I'd be eating some figs. I love figs. I have a giant fig tree. But so far, it's still a baby. It's just a big baby, and it's not giving me fruit yet. So hopefully one day it'll give me fruit, and I will take pictures of it and post that. I will. I promise. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys see one of my watermelon babies. I don't know which way you could see it best, but I'll do it both ways once again. A little light and a little shade. And this is one of the cups I just put lots of seeds in because I didn't know if they were going to grow or not. And this one I know is the White Wonder watermelon. That's it. I'm going to make a watermelon mound soon and plant them in the ground. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't know what these are. I messed up because I should have seen what they are. They might be watermelon seeds, I don't know. But they strange looking watermelons. I'll have to look in my video, one of my videos, to see what kind of seeds they are. But they're really sprouting. I should have marked this plant up with a marker. I promise I'll do better in the future. And I know this one is some kind of a watermelon seed. I'm getting used to how the watermelon seeds look anyways. I have a watermelon plant behind me. It's just doing all kind of fantastic things. Let me see if I can move out the way so you can see it. Excuse me, because this chair is too soft. Y'all see this watermelon plant that's down there? That's all my watermelon plant. And I put this fabric down that cuts down on your weeds. I hand weeded it and let y'all see how much it grew since the last time I showed you this watermelon. It really has grown. As I got all the pots around where the anti-weed fabric is. But the watermelon plant itself is just busting at the seams. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed visiting with me today, and that you'll come again and again into my garden. My poor tomato plants. I don't know what's wrong. They little leaves is just getting damaged, and I tried to get rid of the damaged leaves, but then They was getting too much sun, and now they're giving me some new leaves. So hopefully they'll live. And in the meantime, I'm putting up all kind of lights for at night. The lights for at night. One of them is here, and I have some along the fence where you see that drape in the back. It's a light in there somewhere. It helps with the raccoons. It's supposed to keep them out of my garden because they don't like light. And then I have my little plant here, one of my favorites. Hope you can see it. My hibiscus. They grow real nicely, but it's too heavy to just be picking up for you to see that one. But this is one. This one is about to bloom. I love it. And it was not too heavy. Then my angel is still doing her job of keeping the crows out of my yard. So the angel with a mirror at the bottom is doing the job. That's what this is, a mirror from the dollar store. I never thought that angel would be for the yard, but you never know what things will be used for. So I'm glad it's got a better use. Anyways, my watermelon, hopefully it'll be growing a baby watermelons, and when that happens, I promise I'll share that with you. That'll be one of the good days, because I do love me some watermelon. So I'll share that with you as soon as my watermelon starts sprouting. And I'm going to let you guys go because right now I'm confused about which way I'm supposed to be in these pictures. Yeah, which way, I don't know. But anyway, guys, love you all. And like I always say, I'm wishing you love, peace, power to the people. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.